Hi, I'm Neil from CGD Group, and we do printing with imagination. Our products and imaging have that wow factor. Whether it be business cards, flyers, the Coffee Gazette, or our brand new A5 video folders and animation. Have your business branding remembered. Call us today on 4639 5553. CGD Group, printing with imagination.
Lucky Dip Toowoomba. As soon as you walk through the door, that sweet sugar smell takes you back to your childhood. Come and see our huge range of classic lollies, as well as some new favourites, and go back to your childhood as well. Located next to Heritage Bank.
Here at Garden City Tyre Plus, we have one of Toowoomba's best range of wheels and tyres. But there's more. We also have a fully equipped mechanical workshop ready to service and repair your car or off-roader to keep you on the move. Make Garden City Tyre Plus your first choice. Neil Street, Toowoomba.
Want to promote your products or services on TV, radio and social media, but think it's too expensive? Well, not anymore. You can get your message out through Power FM, Power TV Australia and on social media with Toowoomba 4350 TV. To find out more, email us at pmg.toowoomba@gmail.com or find us at www.powermediagroup.com.au. Advertise locally, nationally and even internationally across radio, TV and social media, all within your budget. The Power Media Group. More bang for your advertising buck.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to the Action Indoor Sports Stadium here in Toowoomba for the Toowoomba Dragons and the Wynnum Seagulls National Indoor Cricket League game. We're getting ready for this fantastic top-of-the-table clash between the Dragons and the Seagulls. And I've got Brenton with me. What's your surname?
Brian. Brenton Bryan, yeah.
Brenton, yep, okay, now you're the Open Men's Queensland coach and the Over 40s Australian captain, is that right?
That's right, yes.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to have a fantastic game here. We've got first versus third. How do you reckon it'll go?
Oh, look, there's a long-standing rivalry between the two clubs. They've been playing against each other at the top level in Division 1 for a very long time, so I expect it to be a fiery encounter. I think there'll be a fair bit of niggle. I think both teams are very proud clubs. They've been, as I say, been around for a very long time. So Wynnum have had a good run. They've lost one game. I think Toowoomba might be in the same boat. So I expect it to be a cracker. It's hard to go past Toowoomba being on their new courts in their centre up here up the range. So I think the Wynnum boys have got their work cut out for them tonight. That's for sure.
Okay, well I guess we'll know after the both innings are complete. Now this new surface is that how do you pick the pitch? Is it still the same as it would have been, or is it more bounce?
Yeah, so this one I just played a game on it myself, and it seems to be a little bit skiddy. So typically with new carpet like this, the ball holds up a bit more and does a bit more off the deck, so the guys will be looking to use that and try and get the ball to move sideways off the deck, so they're all very good at that. But I found it out there to be quite slippery, so the ball was hitting the deck and skidding through quite quickly. So new courts always is a new variable, and Toowoomba got the advantage. They've been playing up here on them for a little while, so the Wynnum courts aren't much less new than these, so they're similar, but Toowoomba's home ground, it's going to be a tough ask.
It's interesting. I watched part of that game that you played, and the ball was moving around a lot. Do you use new balls in all grades too?
Yeah, we use a new ball in all the grades. In the NICL, the National Indoor Cricket League, we use a new ball per inning. So these guys will have a new ball per inning, so there's no real advantage as far as batting first or second because you get a new ball to play with.
So does the swing remain for the whole innings?
Yeah, so for the 16 overs, the ball will stay quite new, so they should be able to swing it because they get a new ball each innings. They're Burley balls. Burley have been a sponsor or a supplier of balls to the indoor cricket community for many, many years.
Okay.
Their balls are very good, so the ball will be swinging around quite a bit.
I always thought it was a great concept. I never really had the time to, as I got older, to continue to play grade cricket, but you could come down and play a game of cricket indoor, and I always thought it was a fabulous. I used to play at Lang Park in Brisbane before they redeveloped it, and really had a good time there, and then played up here on these courts about 14 or 15 years ago. So Yeah, hopefully it's a win for the Toowoomba Dragons tonight. And who do you think will be the star tonight?
Oh, look, it's hard to go past a couple of the players in the Dragons. Troy Gursky, a former Australian captain, one of the best players to play the game for Queensland and Australia, and the current Australian captain in Lyle Teskey and the captain of the Toowoomba Dragons. So those two in particular are very good players and will do a lot to get the Dragons boys, especially the younger players, fired up. And on the Wynnum side, we've got a couple of open men's Australian players as well. We've got Matthew Flores, who's the captain of the ACT.
Okay.
He lives up here in Queensland and plays for Wynnum, and he's a current open men's vice captain for Australia.
Right.
And then we've got Rob Fitzgerald, who's been playing open men's for Australia for over 10 years. So,
Okay.
There's certainly a couple of big names in both teams, and they've got a lot of good, solid A-grade players around them. So it should be a cracker.
Okay, now obviously I don't know who's won the toss, but I do know that the Dragons are fielding.
Yep.
So would they have sent them in, or would Wynnum have won the toss and batted first?
Typically in big games, when you're playing quality opposition like both teams are up against tonight, you usually like to bat first.
Right.
And because there's no advantage with the ball, as I said before, I think batting first is a strategy where they'll try and get the runs on the board and use that scoreboard pressure to put pressure on the team chasing. So I would like to think that Wynnum won the toss and elected to bat, and that's typically what would happen in this type of game.
We'll just quickly go through the side for the Dragons that are out in the field. Lyle Teskey, of course, number 6. Troy Gursky's at 15. Blake Anderson, 23. Number 4 is
Jeremy
Crichton.
Yep.
Lachlan Strickler is number 22. Sean Thompson, number 25. Brody Clues, number 7. And Brent Story, number 8. Now, do you want to just go through the Wynnum side, if you could?
Yeah, we've got the captain, Chris Vogt. We've got Jamin McLean. We've got Adam McDermott, Matthew Flores, Rob Fitzgerald, Shane Kelly in the 17 jersey, Brandon Korst, and we've got a debutant tonight, Harry Day, playing his first National Indoor Cricket League game. So
okay, now Adam McDermott, is he any relation to Craig? Or
No, he's not, but is another open men's Queensland player that's playing tonight, and you'll see him bat probably last for Wynnum, and very good bat, so he's one to look out for as well tonight.
Okay, so who's got the ball?
So it looks like we got Jeremy Crichton to start the bowling. Bowls are really good little outswingers at reasonable pace, quite a tall young lad,
Right.
And a really good option for Toowoomba to start with.
And the batsman for Wynnum?
And we got Rob Fitzgerald and Chris Vogt opening the batting.
So I wonder if Chris will go into politics, vote 1 vote.
Vote 1, no, that's right. Number 1 vote.
So Chris Vogt, and who else did you say?
Rob Fitzgerald.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're underway, and 2 runs on the board already.
Yeah, a little run outside off stump there, and Rob Fitzgerald played it easily for a 2. And the similar result there, second ball.
So Wynnum have already doubled their score. They're 4 without loss at this point in the first skin.
Very solid pair. They've been opening together, been playing together for a long time. So they'll look to get off to a good start. Probably look to a 25 or 30. That's a really good shot. It's one of the shots in indoor cricket that most batsmen love to play, that down and up, off the legs. And Rob Fitzgerald's a really good exponent of that.
And I guess batting together for a long period is an advantage.
Absolutely.
You get to know your partner very, very well.
Yeah, they all play together during the week at the club, and then they obviously represent the club at this level, so they know each other quite well. Another good shot there. He's bowling a little bit full. Jeremy's probably trying just a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
And he's just bowled a little full toss there, so an easy 2 runs there for Wynnum.
And on the scoreboard, 8 runs at the moment, and we're in the first skin of the first innings. And we're live here at Action Indoor Sport Arena in Toowoomba.
It's well bowled.
They're picking them off quite easily, aren't they?
Yeah, just probably not quite bowling the line that he'd like, but this game's one of those games that changes very quickly. A wicket, -5, and all of a sudden there's half the run. So they've got to stay on their game.
So that's the end of the first over. And 10 runs conceded with Fitzgerald on 6 and Vogt on 4 as we move into the second over.
Yeah, they'll be very happy with that. That's a very solid start.
Yeah.
As I say, 6 ball over games at this level, they'd be looking for a score probably around the 80 mark. I'd say would be a score that they'd be happy to come out here and try and defend. So obviously the first over, 10 runs, they'd be extremely happy with that.
So you played in the previous game to this.
Yes.
and Wynnum got 121.
Yeah.
That was a huge score, isn't it?
Yeah. The couple of pairs got away a little bit. We saw the Toowoomba Chase, one of their pairs hit 50 plus.
Yeah,
so,
that was very good.
yeah,
I think Joel was one of those, wasn't he?
Yeah, Joel was, and he's a very good batsman, and he
Yeah.
showed that tonight. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So who's up bowling?
That's Sean Thompson bowling now.
Okay.
Sean's played a little bit of junior cricket through the junior ranks and the 21s, and played for Queensland as well. So
Oh, okay.
a guy that's played at the high level in the junior system.
Comes in for his second ball.
Well, looks like he's just taking the pace of it there, just bowling little off cutters and not letting the ball come onto the bat. So the batsman have to do a little bit more work. They've got two on leg side down there, so they've got two trying to set the batsman up to try and hit it to those two fielders down.
Oh, okay. So, how important it is to take the pace off sometimes, and a variety of balls.
Oh, very, very important. Most of the guys at this level like the ball coming onto the bat. So anyone who's got something a little bit different and makes them force the pace is just bringing the field into play a little bit. So it's certainly a good strategy.
So, what's the estimate, the fastest you've ever seen anyone bowl here? Because it's a short run up.
It is. We've seen guys over the years bowl at 140 k's an hour.
Really?
Off four or five steps. So.
My God.
So yeah, he was actually here today. A gentleman called Corey Otto, who actually, I believe, has family living up here on the range, and he was here today. He's got a family function and was going to come and watch tonight.
Oh, okay.
And Corey was a Queensland and Australian player many years ago, and yeah, he bowled around 140. Was clocked at 140 at a World Cup and I think at a Nationals, and he was pretty frightening to face in this small confined court.
I bet, yeah. 17 at the moment. Wynnum, they haven't lost a wicket either, have they?
Full
that's
ball
a good
there.
shot.
You'll see that with the batsmen there, they dive as well. So
Yeah.
it's obviously,
Bit of carpet burn.
yeah, they actually perfect their technique to a point where they don't get a burn.
Is that right?
There is a way to do it. I can't do it personally, but a lot of these guys at the top level who are forced to do that to try and make their ground because the fielding's so sharp.
Yeah.
They've got a really good technique and they can actually do it without getting any injury, which is good.
Well, I've watched a few games now from the Dragons, and Lyle Teskey seems to have that perfected very well.
A lot of the guys in the open men's and the Queensland 21s, you'll see a lot of those guys affect the dive.
Okay, we're getting into the third over.
Looks like Brady Clues is going up for a bowl. Yep.
Yep, Brady Clues.
Brady was on a live stream game against Toombul for the Dragons a few weeks ago, and his first over changed the game. He bowls off cutters and he's got a faster outswinger.
Okay.
Very difficult bowler. I think this will be a difficult over for the batsman to face. So Brady's a real difficult customer.
19 runs on the board for Wynnum at the moment.
Wicket, first ball.
Oh, you almost predicted that, didn't you?
Yeah, he really holds the ball up and he puts a fair bit of work on it. And Rob just didn't quite get to the pitch of the ball there and got a little edge. And I've seen him do it before, and it looks like he started. And the Dragons are fired up now.
It's good when you've got a strike bowler like that can come on and change things.
And he's not a typical strike bowler. It's just what he bowls, especially on these new pitches, is really, really difficult. That's a great shot.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there was nearly a run out then too.
Yep.
The bowler's in. So the pitch is the same length as a normal cricket pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I mean, the batsmen are only running to halfway, but as you see, because of the confined area, they really have to work hard to get even to halfway to make their ground. So
whoever came up with the concept is a genius, I think.
yeah, that's another wicket. No, very close. Just didn't sit up there. That's another half chance there. So another really good ball from Brady.
And at this level, you've got to try and take as many as you can.
There's a little zipper down there in the corner, and it looks like the ball just caught that zipper and didn't come around the corner. So unfortunately for the fielder, it didn't pop out naturally, and that's probably saved the batsman there. Well, Bale beat the bat again, so proving to be, again, a difficult customer.
So 2 balls left in the third over. The score at the moment, 20 for the first Skins.
Really takes his time to bowl. Oh, and a collision there.
Goodness me. We've already had someone go to hospital from here today. They seem to be all right.
Kneecap. These two guys know each other pretty well. Jeremy's in the under-21s Queensland and Australian side, and Rob's in the Open, so they do go on tour a bit together.
Okay.
Just saw there that they apologise to each other for the collision, so no malice in that. Just unfortunately the two players colliding. And that's well played. Really well weighted there. They finally just waited for the ball to come to them and didn't get out and try and get to it, and really good shot to finish the over.
24 runs on the board now with the final over. Rob Fitzgerald is 13 not out, and Chris Vogt 11. I shouldn't say not out because you can't really get out in the traditional sense of the word, can you?
Yeah, that's right.
You're always alive even if you have been dismissed.
That's exactly right. So Lachlan Stickland is bowling the last over here. So Lockie's another Queensland representative at under 21s level. So there's a lot of really good players on show tonight. Yeah, so they're the points. So with the National Indoor Cricket League, there's a point system. So teams can't have too many players. That's effectively a salary cap.
Oh,
There's
okay.
100 points per team that can go on the tour at
Right,
any one
okay.
time. So tonight, Toowoomba's got 55 points, and Wynnum's playing on about 80 points tonight. So,
Yeah.
That's out.
He didn't slide his bat. Oh, he didn't have his
Yeah,
bat.
lost his bat.
Oh. I was going to say he didn't slide, but you can't slide if you haven't got it, can you?
Yeah, unfortunately, lost his bat there, made it difficult to slide it into his ground, so a wicket. So
that's a crucial wicket.
It is. Yeah, this pair was starting to get away after two,
Yeah.
and the Dragons have really pulled it back well.
Well, they're back to where they were at the end of the second over.
That's right.
Which is great. I tell you what, the crowd's built up too, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got an excellent crowd here tonight. We've got the Mexican Fiesta night on tonight. The Dragons have put that on, so I noticed on the radio today. Touch there. What's that called? It's hit the back net. So 4 runs there. So just a little touch over the receiver and a fortuitous 4 runs. So Wynnum will be happy with that.
Yeah.
Another wicket.
That makes up for the other one that hit the zip, doesn't it?
So another little play outside off stump and caught the edge and well bowled.
And that cancels out the 4 plus an extra run off the total.
Right, so Wynnum going backwards. 2 balls remaining, 18 runs. So Toowoomba will be very happy with how they pulled this back because they've got some strike power with the ball to come. So they'll be very happy here. It's a no ball, so front foot. Just you're not allowed to touch the front line at all with your foot, where it's different to outdoor. With outdoor, you've got to have some part of your foot touching or behind.
Yeah.
With indoor, any part of your foot touches that line, it's a no ball. So the umpires pick that up.
Well, that's fair enough too.
That'll be a 2 runs plus the run scored and an extra ball. So
that's a big task that umpires have, isn't it?
it is. They've got a lot to watch. They've got to watch that. They've got to watch fielders coming into the exclusion zone up front close. They've got to judge bowls and courts and all that sort of thing. So certainly Wayne Thomas is umpiring tonight. Wayne's done a lot of national tournaments. He's a very experienced umpire. So
lucky they don't have to do an LBW decision. I mean,
that does come into play if the batsman doesn't play a shot, and that's a wet leg side wide there. So yeah, if the batsman doesn't play a shot and the umpire deems that the ball's going to hit the stumps, they can adjudge an LBW. So it is possible in indoor to have an LB.
Okay.
But if they do play a shot and it's plumb in front, they can't be given out.
No, fair enough. This is the National Indoor Cricket League between the Toowoomba Dragons and the Wynnum Seagulls. And we are live here at the Action Indoor Arena in Toowoomba.
2 runs to finish.
Yep, 25 at the end of the first skins, is that right?
27.
27, yep, okay. All right, well, there you go. Fitzgerald ended up with 18 and Vogt with 9. And Vogt's the captain, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Yep. Okay, so he'd be a little disappointed with the 9, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those things. He lost his bat in that run and got a judge run out. So that was obviously 5 runs that he lost there, plus the 2 that he would have got if he wasn't run out. So it's a fickle game when you look at the statistics. And I think from my point of view as a coach, I try not to focus too much on individual statistics and look at how the pair went. And, you know, for a start in a game like this, hitting 27 to start with, they'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, fair enough too. Okay, so who's up to bat now?
So we've got Jamin McLean, number 21, and we've got Shane Kelly on strike. So Shane's the wicketkeeper, and he's on strike. He's been an A-grade player for a long time, been out of the game for 4 or 5 years and come back this year to play. And we've got Jamin McLean, who's an under-21 Queensland representative as well. So And we've got Troy Gursky bowling, probably one of the best bowlers in the game, so this will be interesting. That's a good start. 1 run. Yeah, Troy's a very difficult customer to handle. He's a former Australian captain, as I mentioned before, played for Queensland for many years, and a very difficult bowler to face.
So what does he predominantly bowl?
He typically does, it's hard, he's got a very good off-cutter. So he'll hit the deck and he'll be cutting it back into the right-hander. He's just very accurate and bowls a very good length, so he makes the batsmen earn their runs. And as you've seen from his first 2 balls, and that one there, just a mishit, not a clean shot. He gets a lot of that. He hits the legs a lot, and he gets inside edges, which we just saw there. So yeah, he's a very, if they can get through this over without a wicket, they'll be very happy, because he's one of those bowlers that can really change the game.
Okay, 29 is the score at the moment. The second skin have scored 2 runs. And
you see that again there, just very difficult to get away.
yeah,
Shane Kelly did well to get his leg in the way there, so probably saved the wicket. A real fierce competitor too, Troy. Doesn't like batsmen scoring runs off his bowling, so
I'm not sure any bowler does, to be honest.
that's a good point. I'm not sure what Jeremy Crichton was doing in the middle of the pitch there. The ball was hit on the leg side. He's in the middle of the pitch. The batsman's run into him. That can constitute blocking, and if there was a wicket affected there at the top end, the umpire very well could have called that not out for blocking. So it's got to be careful there, Jeremy. That's a very, very good shot. Well played. And Troy Gursky's one of those bowlers that, as we said before, very, very sharp bowler, and he's the sort of guy that if you get 5 runs off his over, you're very happy. So that's a really good start.
Yeah. Total is 32 at the moment, and as Brenton said, 5 runs on off that particular over. Lyle Teskey's the new bowler.
Yeah, Lyle, the current Queensland and Australian captain for open men's, and
he's a sensational wicketkeeper.
He probably one of the best keepers to ever play the game, and certainly a very good bowler as well. Bowls big in swingers, and he's got a nice little off cutter as well. So he's going to be a real handful here.
Very similar action to Troy as well.
Yeah, he's fairly short in stature, Lyle, but a very strong lad and very experienced. So the batsman get through this over without any damage. They'll again be very happy. Another half chance there, a little edge, but it didn't carry. But that's 3rd ball now, so the score must change. So if the score doesn't change here, it's an automatic -5 runs.
Yeah.
Sounds like we just popped a spring there. It's Lyle Sinner, so he's looked up there, probably saw a few dollar signs up there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Getting back on with it now.
Tell you what, he was almost close to touching that white line then too.
Yeah, they do get very close. They do cut it very fine, and umpires often miss that because, as you said before, it's quite difficult for them to watch multiple things. So they do get away with it every now and then, but they do test him, and they do try and get us every sort of inch they can.
Oh,
that's well bowled again. Yeah, Lyle does a fair bit with the ball. It swings late and swings a long way, so it's often hard to get a full face of the bat onto it. And we've seen that. It's gone for 1 run in 4 balls.
the score's sitting at 33 at the moment.
That's well played, just down the pitch for a single. You know, they look a little bit frustrated, but that's really good bowling. They've hit 2 runs off this over in 5 balls, so it's a great over. No wickets, but gee, they're making it hard to score.
The batsmen have just got to keep their cool, haven't they? And
they do. And
play each ball on its merits.
There we go. That's well played. 2 to finish. So I'd say the 2 bowlers that they faced would have been the 2 most experienced, and they've managed to get through those 2 overs without a wicket. There's not many runs on the board, but they'll be happy with that. But now they've really got to concentrate hard with some of the bowlers that aren't at the level of those 2. They've got to be really on their game now because they lose a wicket early, and then the first 2 bowlers have really done their job.
Yeah, well, that's true, and this is where the batsmen could relax a little bit, couldn't they?
Yeah, you find that they'll really concentrate hard for those top-level players like the 2 we've just seen. You see a so-called lesser bowler coming on, and then you can really drop your guard. But Toowoomba don't have too many lesser bowlers. Brent Story's about to bowl. Now, Brent's played open men's for Queensland as well. He's been out of the game for a little bit, and he's actually was picked in the side because I was coach of that side, and I picked him in it as a strike bowler. So this is another really tough over for this pair to face. Good touch there up front from Troy Gursky. Save the net, save the run there, and that just keeps the pressure on the batsman. They'll feel like they've done enough to be on 20 by now, and they're only on 10, so it's been really good bowling and fielding effort from Toowoomba.
I guess this is where the frustration could pop in for the batsmen, and they could do something silly.
Exactly. It's a pair that haven't batted a lot together as well, so far so good. Their calling was a little bit scratchy to start with, but they seem to have picked that up. So they've still got a lot of hard work to do though.
Yep.
Oh, that's a lazy get back from the batsman there. He's just, Jamin sort of played the shot and a false shot, probably expected to be stumped. It wasn't gloved cleanly, but he didn't really show a lot of desperation to get back, so he'll need to just tidy that up.
They really are struggling, aren't they, the batsmen at the moment?
Yeah, it's really, as I say, very good bowlers. The first three bowlers they faced are three of the best bowlers you'd want to face in indoor cricket. So, to be fair, they've done very well not to see a wicket. That was very close, but Wayne Thomas adjudged that he was home, so no damage done.
It certainly wasn't the result that some of the crowd wanted.
No, the Toowoomba crowd will be looking for plenty of wickets. And that's good fielding. And I'm sure once we see a wicket or two, the crowd is going to get right behind Toowoomba, so they're just waiting. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Current score is 40 at the moment, and the second skins have scored 13. We've got to take a bit of pressure off them.
It's a little touch off the leg there, 2 runs scored, so another good over.
So Kelly's on 8 and McLean on 7. 6 runs conceded from that particular over.
And no one's doing anything particularly wrong here. The bowling's been top-notch. The batsmen have, as you say, looked a little uncomfortable, but they're doing their job. They're keeping the score ticking along. They've got 1 over to go here. Looks like we've got Lockie Stickland to come and bowl again. He bowled the last over to the first pair, so he'll be bowled out after this over. But he's a very good option to bowl the last over to a pair. So he did get a wicket, if we remember, from that first pair. So so he'll be keeping these batsmen honest. Well bowled just inside the wide line there, so a dot ball, so that's a really good start.
That's a fine line too, isn't it?
Yeah, the leg side line, there's not a lot of room for error down there, so that's very accurate. Oh, and he's called no, so another one right there, 2 in a row, so 2 dot balls.
This is the third ball now, isn't it?
Third ball, score must change.
Yep.
So here's the opportunity for the Dragons.
So what do you bowl now? If it was you, what would you be bowling?
I'd say bowl the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he signalling or is he just...
No, he's just trying his hands. It's a little bit of habit there. That's well played. Good fielding.
Saved.
Good fielding by Jeremy Crichton. He's a very tall lad and got up there and saved the run. So still, Toowoomba doing everything they can to save the runs. They're bowling and fielding exceptionally well.
They've kept this pair to 16 and that's... under par, really, isn't it?
It is. Considering the bowling they face, they'll be happy. They'll want to try and limit any outs. So a wicket here really puts Toowoomba back in the driving seat, I think. That's a loose shot. Jamin's got a little bit of a loose shot in his game, and Troy Gursky there's just having a little smile on his face. He knows that was a hard chance there and probably a false shot.
Yeah.
But got away with it. Got 3 runs off it, and just a little bit, keeping the score ticking along for Wynnum. Good shot. Just one though.
1 ball to go. 47 is the score, and this skin they put together 20 runs between them.
So 1 ball to go.
Last ball of the skin too, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, good shot. Oh, yes! What a fantastic catch.
Just a loose shot, and unfortunately for Wynnum, they've undone all their hard work.
What a good catch, though.
But a really good catch. There's not a lot of time to react there, and he's followed through. He's a big guy, and the ball was hit quite firmly.
Yep.
And did really well to gather it and catch it, and really give Toowoomba a bit of momentum now into the next pair.
Yeah, well, the second pair only managed 15 runs in the end. So that's put them below par, although they're probably on par in their total score at this
Yeah,
point.
exactly. As we say, the 80 mark is what they'll be looking at, and they're probably halfway. So I'd say the game's 50-50 at the moment. No one seems to really have taken it by the horns. We've got Harry Day here and Matt Flores. So Matt Flores, as we said before, the current Australian and vice captain and the captain of the ACT Rockets, and a very experienced player. And then we got Harry Day playing his first National Indoor Cricket League game tonight. So a few nerves out there for Harry. Hasn't played at this level before, and Matty Flores will be hoping to get him through.
So is it not related to? There was a Shield player, Flores, wasn't
Yeah, that's
it?
his brother. That's his older brother. Yeah. So his older brother,
Was it
Jason
Greg?
Flores.
Oh, Jason,
Yeah,
was it?
that's
Okay.
right. We saw last year in Nationals, actually, there was 6 Floreses playing for ACT.
Really?
He's got two brothers, Timmy and Benji, and Jason. So sorry, 3 brothers. So the 4 of those boys played, and 2 of their cousins played as well.
Okay.
Alexander and Jake. So they had 6 Floreses playing, and their uncle coaches the ACT Rockets. So they had 7 Floreses at Nationals last year.
My goodness me. Okay, so Troy's bowling, is that right?
Yep, Troy Gursky bowling. So they're throwing everything at this pair. Really a strike bowler for Toowoomba Troy, so they'll really be hoping that he gets a wicket this over. That's a quality shot. He's very strong at the body. That's a really good ball from Troy, and most batsmen, that's hitting him in the hip. Matty Flores, a tall gentleman, and plays that shot particularly well, as we saw there. And that's well bowled. That's very typical of Troy's bowling, just very difficult to get away. So Harry's got his work cut out for him here.
So has there been any indoor cricketers gone on to be successful outdoor cricketers at Shield level or even international?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a lot of cricketers. That stump there, he's just come out of his pitch.
That was so quick.
That was a change up there from Troy, just a little leg cutter by the look of it, and beat Harry in the flight and got stumped by Lyle. Lyle hasn't missed too many of those.
No.
But yeah, we've had a few people, Michael Clark, Ricky Ponting, both the Ward brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, they all come through indoor cricket. Bruce Reid was a notable player that's made it through. And
But he couldn't bat.
but in indoor cricket, he wasn't too bad.
Is
In
that
outdoor
right?
cricket, he certainly wasn't the best bat.
Okay, well, that's interesting. So that would develop a lot of...
That's a really good shot. And great fielding there, Blake Anderson.
I could see in indoor cricket developing a lot of big bash players.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, you look at some of the current crop, Chris Boyce. There's a gentleman called Clive Rose playing down in Victoria, playing for, I think, Tasmania at the moment in the Shield.
Okay.
He's going to be playing Nationals in a couple of weeks' time up there for Victoria. So there are certainly a couple of players that are going through the Shield level at the moment that have come through indoor cricket. So
And you've got Mick Miller as well, part of this squad for the Dragons.
that's right, yeah. Mick Miller played some Shield cricket as well, and a really good, really difficult customer on an indoor court, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So Blake Anderson bowling now. Bit of a short one there. And 2 runs to Harry. So Blake didn't quite look right there. He might have lost his run up or something. He normally bowls a bit more zip than that. But I think he's bowling little off cutters. He's got a bit of a sling arm action, Blake. He's been picked for the first time this year in the current Queensland men's side, so he'll be going away, making his debut this year. And he'll be playing against Matty Flores down there, so it's a good little test for him. That was a good shot from Matt.
So what's the standard here in Queensland like compared to the rest of the country? They're all on a par?
Look, at the risk of sounding biased, Queensland's been probably one of the dominant states in most grades for quite some time. So I believe it's due to the system we have in place, the competition we have in place, you know, from club level all the way to National Indoor Cricket League level here, which is a new thing this year, all the way through to our zone tournaments where we pick our Queensland players from and Queensland teams from, and then obviously at national level. So got a very deep system. We've got games like this, quality games week in, week out, which makes our players very strong.
Yeah.
So it's a very strong state, and we're often the team that most states want to beat. So yeah, certainly Queensland's been one of the top of the tree for quite some time.
A provincial team like the Toowoomba Dragons then has the potential to win this competition.
Absolutely. You know, as we sort of go through the players, there's not too many players they've got out there that haven't actually represented their state or country. So we see a lot of that in Queensland. A lot of the players that are playing in these A-grade teams, especially teams as good as the Dragons, there's no real weak links. So yeah, it's a very good side.
All right, Day's on 2, Flores is on 8, 7 runs off that last over. 52 is the score at the moment, and this skin, the pair have put on 10.
Yeah, it looks like Lyle Teskey coming on to bowl now, so
he'll be bowled out then?
So he'll be bowled out, yep. I think with the debutant batting, I think he's throwing a couple of his more experienced bowlers to try and expose that, and Harry seems to be handling it quite well at the moment, and Matty Flores will be doing his best to talk him through it.
So who takes over the gloves?
It looks like I think Brody's a bit of a... Yeah, that's Brody Clues. He's not a bad keeper as well, so he'll just be taking the gloves over while Lyle bowls. That's good. Good movement. I thought it stuck in the gloves, but it just popped out. But good from Lyle. That was a fair ball. So dot ball. These two play together, captain and vice captain of the Australian men's team, so they know each other pretty well. So
okay,
be a good little battle here.
Yep.
Oh, half chance there. Good fielding, Troy Gursky. Great touch, and really good fielding. So pressure on. Third ball. Really good bowling from Lyle.
This is live on Power TV from Action Indoor Sports as Lyle Teskey moves into bowl. Oh.
Just pushes it through the field there.
I don't know how they see it, to be honest.
I think we're sitting on the side, and it's a little bit easier when you're sitting from behind. You can pick it up a lot easier, but yeah, certainly they're playing at a fairly strong pace. False shot. Oh, it's fallen safe. So a false shot there, leading edge, and it's just popped over the field for 2 runs. So I'll be very happy with that. The Toowoomba crowd aren't too happy with that one, and certainly the Toowoomba coach, Alan Wilson, very experienced player for Queensland and Australia as well, coaching the Toowoomba Dragons, and he's not too happy with that falling not into a hand. So
no.
He'll be geeing his players up to try and take those opportunities.
The score's moved along to 58 so far for the Wynnum Seagulls.
Good call for Matty Flores there. Took the reins. Harry was going to take off there, and Matty saw the danger and called no, and no harm done.
So Harry Day's on 4, Matt Flores is on 12, 10 runs off that over. Lyle won't be very happy about that, will he?
No, I think that might have been the
combined
total for his boat.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
for 2 overs.
Oh,
so
that's
10
right.
off his 2's not too
right.
bad.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, but you're right. He would have been unhappy if he had gone for 10 off the over. But yeah, certainly, 2 good overs from Lyle.
So we've got 6 balls left in this skin. And they're still around that par mark, aren't they?
They are. They're just sticking the score along. You know, this is what you'd expect from a team like Wynnum. They're very experienced. They were in the grand final last year. Lost 1 game all year, and unfortunately lost the grand final to Ipswich. So
that's terrible when that happens.
Yep. So they want to looking for a little bit of redemption this year. So they're a very experienced side, and looks like we've got Sean Thompson to bowl the last over, holding the ball back. So it's a good move from Lyle here. He's got the spinner. Just holding the ball back, making the batsman force the pace, and that's a good strategy to Matt Flores. Third ball opportunity, so wicket opportunity here for Toowoomba. Got away with it there. Well bowled. Matty Flores just limping there. He may have copped that one on the knee. He's a little bit ginger after playing that shot. Yeah, just stretching the knee out. So
can be a very frustrating game, cricket, sometimes, both as a batsman and a fielder or a bowler.
Very true. Good call there, good call. Yeah, good pressure on the field there. Just tickle into the corner, and Matty Flores with the experience, just calling Harry through, turning the strike. That's really important. So very smart batting there.
3 balls left in this skin. Score is moved along to 60.
Well played, just turning the strike again. Even though it was a 1, they're just turning the score, turning the strike.
Yep.
Smart, just building the score as best they can.
Avoiding that dreaded third ball.
Exactly, that's exactly right. It's well played.
So do they get called for a no ball if they're outside the side white lines as well?
If their foot touches any of that line that you can see around the bowling crease there, they do get called for a no ball. So you don't see too many on the side. Not too many guys bowl that wide of the crease. But certainly another one tickled around the corner there. So last ball now. Oh no, that's it. That's over.
So that's the end of it. Thompson's conceded 13 runs at the end of that over. Harry Day 6 and 14 to
Matt Flores.
And that's the end of their skin. And they scored 20.
They did, and I'll be happy with that. 20 a pair is what they'd be aiming for to try and get to that 80 run mark that we spoke about earlier. So, so they're ticking along nicely. Very dangerous batsman here in Adam McDermott. Very, very strong batsman. Plays high level outdoor cricket, first grade cricket for Wynnum Manly, and lower order batsman and a leg spin bowler, which we'll see a little bit later, but certainly a very good batsman in the indoor game. And Brandon Course batting with him, a left-hander, so we've got a left-right combination, which throws the bowler's line off a little bit. So been batting
Hip Pocket Toowoomba. High vis, traditional and rural workwear, shirts, pants, shorts, lightweight and drill. At Hip Pocket, we have it all. Men's, ladies and kids, we have something for everyone. Google Hip Pocket Toowoomba, Anzac Avenue. At Hip Pocket, we rock it.
Lucky Dip Toowoomba. As soon as you walk through the door,
straight through him.
I thought there was a noise there.
Looked like there was an inside edge. I think you're right. And Brent's very good at that. He bowls a reasonable pace, got a really good outswinger and a really good off cutter. And I think that was the off cutter. And it's caught the inside edge, but fell safely. Two runs there to Adam McDermott, so well played. Just waited on the back foot and just played it easily for 2.
Score is 64 at the moment.
Oh, that's really good call. Just a little fumble by Lyle into the corner and took the opportunity to get the extra run. So that's a wide plus an extra run, so 3 runs. So really good batting.
Yeah, very much awareness of what's going on.
And you'll see that from some of these top-level players. They're looking for that opportunity just to put a little bit more pressure on each other.
Yep.
And that's certainly what they did there.
Well, no run there, which is, again, building more pressure.
Yeah, another off-cutter from Brent. He is a hard bowler to get away.
Oh.
That's a half chance there. And just got his foot back in, and that's really good fielding from Troy Gursky. Third ball.
So did Troy step down, captaining, to allow Lyle to do it, or?
Yeah, Troy retired. Probably. I don't want to give the wrong year, but probably. There's a half chance there, and got away with it. So 1 run to finish. But yeah, Troy stepped down and from the game, retired, and I think Lyle ended up taking over. I think a guy called Michael Patterson took over for 1 year. When Troy retired, and then Lyle's been the captain for the last 6 years since I've been involved with the coaching role. So he's done a really good job.
So both batsmen on 3 at the end of the first over of the final skins. Jeremy Crichton, the next bowler up.
Yeah, Jeremy bowled the first over and bowled a pretty good over first up. Didn't quite get it where he wanted it. He went for 10, so he'll be looking to rectify that here.
Score currently 68.
Adam didn't react there. Wasn't watching his partner. Call from Brandon Course to run through, and Adam was standing there. He wasn't watching his partner, so there was a half chance there for Toowoomba, but luckily for Wynnum, they managed to get through without any wicket.
At this level, you almost got to take every half chance.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, the crowd has really built up.
Yeah, it's a really good
magnificent atmosphere here at the indoor sports arena.
Good shot. Just waited on that.
Yeah, that left and right hand combination. It certainly can play tricks with the bowler, can't it?
Yeah, especially in this game where we're talking about that leg side line. There's that fine line, and we saw a leg side first ball to the left-hander. And you see that a lot. A lot of right-handed bowlers tend to stray down that leg side line, and the left-handers, a lot of left-handers will tell you their best shot is that leg side wide. Because they get a lot of runs from it, a lot of free runs. So Jeremy adjusted and put it outside off, and it was an easy shot for Brandon. So let's see what happens here. Full toss. 1 run though, so no harm done.
Nothing much you can do about that. The score's moved along to 74 though for Wynnum. They'd be quite happy with the progress they're making. wickets are hard to come by, aren't they?
They are, and there has been really good bowling. So to Wynnum's credit, they've really fought hard and made it really difficult for Toowoomba to get the wickets, and all they've really presented is half chances. And as you said before, you want to take most of them, but some nights they just don't go your way. Some nights they do. So
1 ball left in this over. 75 is the score.
Jeremy a little bit frustrated there. Little smile between the batsman and bowler.
So McDermott's on 7, Corster's on 6, and 17 runs for the 2 overs conceded by Crichton.
So a better over from Jeremy there, better than his first. He's a little bit frustrated, but sometimes it's sometimes that happens. So
the new bowler that's right. Blake Anderson's the new bowler. 75 runs the score, and Wynnum with 2 overs to go. Well, that's a good shot.
A good shot by Adam McDermott. You can't bowl full to him there. He just goes through with the shot, and that's 4 runs. So very close to being a maximum there. Just hit the side net on the way through. So
okay.
Had to hit the back net on the full. That would have been a 7 runs scored there. So just caught the side net, but you don't want to bowl too full to Adam McDermott. Oh, that's a good shot too. Just before the tape there. So that's only a 2.
Their experience is showing, isn't it? These 2 batsmen.
Yeah, they're very solid. Very solid. Blake's just pushed the first couple a bit too full, so he'll want to be drawing his length back a little bit here, and he's done that. He created a chance, and he adjusted well, Blake there, just pulled the length back a little bit and got the ball to jag off the deck, and false shot and a half chance, so well bowled. Soft shot through the field, so they have had their share of luck, Wynnum, there's no doubt. They've just been punching the ball through the field, some shots like that, just not a real full-blooded shot, but just managing to get through for the run. So Toowoomba will be a little bit frustrated with that, but they've just got to stay on a couple of wickets, and that'll change the whole game here.
Absolutely. 83 is the score at the moment. 2 balls left in this over, now 1.
There it is. That's out.
And that's a crucial wicket at a crucial time.
Caught up in the plastic all the time. Yeah.
That's a great wicket, and well, they've been waiting a while for it, haven't they? So
yeah, they've been patient.
Yeah.
They haven't had a lot of luck, and I think that could have probably gone either way, the decision, but at the end of the day, that's how the umpire saw it, and a good wicket for Toowoomba, so let's see if they can get a little bit of momentum off that.
Yep, 78 the score now.
Good over from Blake Anderson.
So both batsmen are 8. Blake Anderson 1 for 10. That's pretty good effort from him. Brody Clues is the new bowler. And this is the final over of the innings. So Wynnum on that par of 80, 2 runs short of that, and they'd be looking to build a bit of a lead over, or not a lead, but at least build on that 78 runs that they've got at the moment. The final over.
We've got Brady Clues to bowl the last over, so
yep.
Brady is a real handful. Full toss, good touch. Brent Story just saved the run there, so wasn't a great ball. It should have been an easy 2, but Brent Story kept it off the net, so good fielding by the Dragons. False shot. And what a catch.
Good catch.
What a catch. Blake Anderson, full stretch in the air.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Great skills on show there.
That would have been a 6 otherwise, wouldn't it?
No, that one hit the side net.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
okay.
So I caught the side net, which is where Adam sort of didn't quite get onto it properly, but probably would have snuck through with most receivers, but gee, Blake Anderson, full stretch catch. You don't see much better than that.
No. Brings the score back to 74 now.
Really well bowled, held it back there, made the batsman force the pace, and very difficult to score off that. So great bowling from Brady. He's proving to be a real handful.
Yeah. Well played by Brandon, just tucked it into the corner for an easy 2. So
line strayed slightly, but yeah, well done.
Tell you what, he would have hurt landing on that the way he did because he came straight down too.
And mustn't forget that there's carpet, but there's concrete under that,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's not a soft landing by any means.
But the ball didn't jolt out of his hands either, which was incredible.
That's a much better shot from Adam McDermott there, just no risk of a false shot there, so getting close to that 80 mark, but that wicket really hurt, so
Yeah, one ball left.
one ball left.
We've got a game on our hands then if they're going to be around that 80 mark.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well played, just went back, banged it up for 2, so 2 to finish.
And Brody Clues ended up with 2 for 5, McDermott 5 and 11 to Kraus. So 16 for that skin, and a total at the moment 78.
Yep, so 79 for the Dragons.
Basically the par of 80 that you were talking about to win this particular game, and
Yeah.
a crucial game it is too, because whoever loses, they could drop down outside the 4 even because it's so tight up the top.
Well, Wynnum's 7 points clear on top at the moment from 2 to 1. This is Wynnum's last.
Very own TRL show airs live and free every Friday morning at 8 right here on Power TV Australia. Join Obi and Robbo and guests for a candid look at TRL games and upcoming features. Quite amazing. Remember, live recording at 4:30 Thursday, and then view the show on powertvaustralia.com on Friday at 8 a.m. or catch up later on our live replays. Whether you're a professional musician, a weekend warrior, or just starting out, you need to talk to the experts at Royce Music. With over 35 years experience, Royce Toowoomba's oldest music store specialise in guitars, drums and sound equipment, and can even repair and maintain your equipment. Call them today on 46 327 377, drop into their showroom at 17 Bowen Street, or find them on Facebook. Royce Music, selling Toowoomba's finest musical instruments.
The draw. No, it's all right. You can draw the winner.
Oh, you want me to draw it? Oh,
You got to find. I don't even know what I did with my ticket.
no, there we go. Oh, no,
Number 02.
there's no name on it. Oh, you got to find them. All right.
Yep.
Yep.
So there you go. The draw I was telling you about for the it was the Dragons draw, $2 a ticket. $5 for 4. The winning ticket is number 2. It's a green one, I02. So now Glenn Krause is going to go through the thousands of people that are here today and try and find the winner. I bet you will too. And I bet you, if they're up at the bar, you won't be back, will you? Is that free? Is that free? Okay, fair enough. All right, we're getting set for the chase now from the KNR Toowoomba Dragons, and up first for the Dragons.
We've got Lyle Teskey, Australian captain and Dragons captain, batting with Lockie Stickland. So experienced opening pair, and they're certainly going to be looking to get to that par at 20 as a minimum to try and give Toowoomba a really good platform to work with to chase the 78 runs.
And who's bowling?
We've got Chris Vogt bowling the first over, so captain to captain here. Just a short one there, and easy 2 runs for Lyle. Just beat the bat there. Good length by Vody. Lyle will be, as Matty Flores was doing in his partnership, he'll be talking to Lockie and just making sure he gets behind him and gives him a bit of confidence. So that's a good shot. Really well played. Easy 2 runs there for Lockie. So score ticking along nicely for the Dragons so far.
It's almost similar to the first couple of balls of the Wynnum innings, isn't it?
It is. Maybe the bowlers are getting that brand new ball, brand new Burley, and they're trying to swing it, and maybe it's not swinging. So maybe it takes them a little bit just to get back to that half chance. But no harm done. So good call from Lockie there. Yeah, maybe they just got to adjust their lines a little bit and maybe take the swing out of play and just try and move the ball off the pitch. That might be the strategy. Certainly work for a couple of the Dragons bowlers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
One run. You see Lyle there just yelling down to Lockie, letting him know, good call. And he'll be talking to him the whole time. He'll see that throughout this whole innings. Showing his experience.
So that's the end of the first over. Teskey's on 3, Strickland on 2, 5 runs conceded there, which is the total as the chase has begun now for the KNR Toowoomba Dragons.
Yeah, good start. Good
5
start
runs, yeah. So they're on par, I guess. If you get that 80, or you're talking about that 80, 5 runs and over's it.
Absolutely, yeah. So they're certainly on par right now. As we say, the game's been pretty even the whole way, to be fair.
Yeah.
So,
oh, this is going to go down to the wire. I've got no doubt about that.
yeah. They definitely enjoy beating each other, these teams. So there'll be no love lost on the field, but they'll certainly be joining each other for a cold drink afterwards, I'm sure.
There's no golden over or anything like that if there's a tie?
No, if there's a draw, it'll simply be a draw because it's a round game. But yeah, if it does get to finals and that situation happens, we do have what we call a mini game at times. So if it's a draw in a final, they'll actually play a half game. So every bowler bowls one over, and batsman bat for 2 overs instead of 4. So it's effectively a mini game.
It's indoor cricket T20 almost, is it?
Exactly. Great shot.
It would be.
Really good shot there from Lockie. So he's batting with a lot of confidence, and that's really good signs for Toowoomba.
So 9 runs on the board for the Toowoomba Dragons.
One run from Lyle. Safe shot there. Down and up. Giving the batsman plenty of time to run through without any risk of a run out. So really smart batting. There's a change up there out the back of the hand. Shane Kelly's got one of those balls out the back of the hand and really slows up, and he threw that one there. Dropped it a little bit short, but the change of pace beat Lockie, and it was just a dot ball, so well bowled. Bowled it again. Same ball, slower ball, and played over the top of it, so well bowled by Shane Kelly. Good change up.
That's certainly not the start they wanted in the second over, that's for sure. It brings it back to 5 runs at the moment. And there's 1 ball left in the second over.
And that scoreboard pressure certainly kicks in for the team batting second.
Yeah.
You know, they really want to get to that par to try and give their Dragons a chance to chase the score. And obviously every wicket is difficult, so I'll just be looking to try and get back to that 20 mark now.
So the score is 6, Teskey on 6 and Strickland 0. Just 1 run conceded from that over. That's a terrific, and a wicket.
Yeah, good over.
Yeah. So the score is 6. Chasing's down 79 for victory. And that's halfway through the first skins.
Yeah, so interesting to see who Chris Vogt picks the bowl here. It looks like he might be going with Rob Fitzgerald. So probably the strike bowler. Rob Fitzgerald actually bowled Queensland a victory in the Nationals last year, for anyone who didn't see it.
Okay.
Bowled the last over, ACT were ahead, and Rob bowled a massive negative over and won the tournament basically with his over. So very experienced player, very experienced bowler. So Chris Vogt's gone to Rob, so he really wants to throw everything at this first pair and try and hold Toowoomba to as low as he can here. Well played, just into the corner.
Yeah.
Rob's got a really good outswinger and a really good off-cutter, so he mixes up his bowling. And Lyle's faced a lot of Rob. They've played for Australia together for a very long time, and Queensland, so they know each other very well. Good shot. Tickled it around the corner for an easy run.
Score moved on to 8 now from those first two balls of this over.
Well bowled, held it back there. He'll be loving bowling on this pitch, Rob. He's got a very difficult off-cutter to play, and we saw it there. Just holds up, makes it really hard for the batsman to get clean hit on it. Same again. Same again there. Good chase from Matty Flores, and just managed to clip the batsman on the way through. Really well bowled from Rob, really putting the screws on him. There's an appeal.
So obviously the umpire didn't think he got a touch to that. I thought I heard a noise, but...
Yeah, it seemed to kick up a little bit, but Lyle doesn't seem to be giving anything away. But
he's not a walker.
No, not a walker, not a walker. We won't see too much of that in indoor cricket, that's for sure.
Not at all.
Certainly get a couple of decisions that you don't like, so you just take the good with the bad. That was a no ball front foot there. So just overstretching, so 2 runs scored. So well done by Toowoomba there, just got through that over. No harm done, no ball to finish, so score on 11.
And there's just the final over of this skin now. They need 9 on par, but they need 19 to take out the skin.
Yeah.
That's very important, those bonus points of the skins too.
They are, definitely. They all add up at the end of the season. We've seen some teams, Toowoomba in particular, lost 3 games, but they were equal first before the start of the last round. Lost 3 games, but they picked up a lot of skins along the way, so it certainly helps every skin.
So how many teams are in the competition? I know there's Strathpine's another team, they came here.
Yep, there's about 9.
9, okay.
9 teams vying for the final spots to go.
And there's four final spots?
That's right, 4 final spots. Good call there from Lyle. Well bowled from Brandon Course, bowling, just holding it up there, little off cutter, beating the bat, but not gloved cleanly. Tickled into the corner, and Lyle was straight onto that, an opportunity for a run, and with his experience got through there and takes strike, which is great. Well played. Well played from Lyle, very, very experienced batsman, 2 runs.
And the score moves along to 14. So they're heading toward a solid start.
Yeah, I think when we have these chases, when we talk about it before games, what we obviously want to try and do is put the last pair in a position to win. So you don't want your last pair. 2 runs scored. Appeal there, I think, went in, hit the ground, hit the leg, and went in a different direction. So fielders thinking that it may have popped up off the boot, but clearly it didn't, and a good call there from the umpire.
Score moves along to 16. 3 balls left in the 4th over. Oh, that's a good shot.
Well played from Lyle. He's ticking the score along nicely now, just laying that platform, so they're doing a really good job. Oh, good shot. Stickler
and
waiting.
The final ball, score moves along to 21, ball to go. Another 2 here would really put him in a good spot.
Absolutely. Right now they'll be very happy. They were 5 runs or 6 runs after 2 overs, and they fought their way to 20, so a fantastic effort.
Yeah.
Well bowled, dot ball to finish.
That's right, they finished on 20.
So as we've seen throughout the game, we're on par again. It's not much between the 2 teams.
No, it's going to be interesting in these lesser skins, the 15 and the 16, so the second skin and the 4th skin, where they Well, they were below par there. This is where the Dragons can really make up some lost time, or runs, I suppose.
I guess this is where you look back, you look at the last ball of that the second skin for Wynnum. Jamin McLean playing that false shot and getting caught. Really good catch by Lockie Sticklin in his follow-through. They were 20 runs, that skin, with the one ball to go. If he had to hit that into the side net for 2, they're 22, and that second skin becomes 22 instead of 15. So just those little moments in the game that really change it.
Even if he hadn't have scored, at least they would have stayed at that 20 mark as well.
Exactly. So and that would have been 5 more runs that Toowoomba had to chase. So
who have we got up batting now?
We've got Sean Thompson.
Friday morning at 8, right here on Power TV Australia. Join Obi and Robbo and guests for a candid look at TRL games and upcoming features.
Keep the score ticking along.
And bowling?
Jamin McLean bowling. Jamin's a pretty fast bowler. A young guy in the 21 side, so we'll see what happens here. A big off cutter to start and a dot ball, so good start.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the left and right combination affect the bowler.
Yep. Yeah, Jeremy's the left-handed bat, the one not on strike at the moment, and he's a very good bat. So, leg side there.
Well, that's wide.
The Toowoomba crowd here getting behind. I think they picked their target.
Yes.
It looks like Jamin McLean might be the target tonight.
Now they're sledging him.
Yep, they'll be letting him know about that, letting him know that he bowled a false ball, so have to have thick skin playing A grade. Well played, soft hands there from Sean Thompson, just tickled the ball around the corner for an easy single, so well played. Well played, well fielded, good cricket.
Score moves along to 25 now.
Who's going to crack first? Who's going to take the bull by the horns and take this game? So far, it's neck and neck.
Yeah, I guess it's obviously set up for one of the batsmen or one of the bowlers.
Yeah, still a long way to go for both teams here. A lot of runs still to get for Toowoomba and a lot of work for Wynnum to. Another 2 runs. So
they seem very comfortable. Again, I don't want to curse anyone, but they do. They seem pretty comfortable at the moment, these two.
Yeah, I think they've batted together a fair bit. They know each other really well. Jeremy's about to go to Nationals in a couple of weeks, so he's probably at the peak of his form at the moment. So he'll be very comfortable with the bat in hand, and Sean's been an A-grade player for the Dragons for quite some time, so they won't be getting flustered, that's for sure.
Yep. Thompson on 5, Crichton 4, 9 runs conceded from that particular over.
Yeah, so not a fantastic start for Wynnum there, and Toowoomba will be very happy with that. They've got Lyland and Lockie really got the momentum back for the Dragons in those last 2 overs, and this pair have carried it on, so you nearly have to say that the momentum shifted here, and Toowoomba are in a really good position. Adam McDermott bowling now, his leg spin.
The leg spinner. So how is spin on this in this particular game? Is it still a vital part of the makeup?
It's fickle because there's not a lot of room for error. So especially for a leg spin bowler. Off spin bowlers don't tend to have as much difficulty, but leg spin bowlers certainly don't have a lot of room for error. So if you drop it too short, it's easy. If you put it too full, you get hit to the back net. So you really don't have a lot to work with. So it's a very difficult craft in indoor.
I'm just wondering why he bowled himself when a left-hander was on strike too.
He's got a very good wrong, and believe it or not. So it won't bother him bowling to left or right. There we go. There's a full toss. He's got away with that. It's a no ball above the waist, so he's called that no ball. That's 2 runs. But there was an opportunity to get additional runs there, and the Wynnum boys did enough to save it off the net.
Yeah.
So it's only a minimal amount of damage done there.
So does he bowl it again?
No, don't re-bowl for any over except the last over to every pair. The batsman's got the option to re-bowl. He doesn't have to, but it's only the last over of every pair that gets re-bowled. That's a good shot. Well weighted. The crowd really getting behind the Dragons now.
Yeah. That'd bring out the best in the Wynnum side as well, I'd imagine. 34 the score at the moment. We're live from the Action Indoor Sports Centre here in Toowoomba.
Dot ball, well bowled.
Between two of the top three sides in the competition, the National Indoor Cricket League, the KNR Toowoomba Dragons, and also the Wynnum Seagulls. We're here live on Power TV Australia at the moment. 34 is the score, chasing down 79 for victory.
Game really in the balance.
That's another good shot. Well, I tell you what, if they have a really good skin, that could really set it up, couldn't it?
Some real experience. Troy Gursky's coming out to bat still yet to bat. Blake Anderson, two of the best bats in the Toowoomba side, so they've got a little bit up their sleeve. Good fielding there by Chris Vates, kept it off the net for a single, so they need to save every run.
So at the end of the over, McDermott conceded 8 there. 10 for Thompson is at the moment, and Crichton is on 7. And the score overall 13-17 for this pair. It's a pretty solid start.
Yeah, 17 off 2 overs is fantastic.
Yeah.
They've already passed the skin, so they'll be wanting to maintain that and get as many runs as they possibly can to make it easier for those last 2 pairs coming in. So they've put Toowoomba in a really good position.
Harry Day's the new bowler.
Debutant, so let's see how his first over goes. Left arm bowler, swings the ball a fair way, stays fairly low, so let's see what Toowoomba can do here. Well bowled. Little cutter there, so just held that one back, and a little cutter, so very well bowled. Good first ball in the top grade.
Tell you what, talk about putting your body behind it too.
Yep. That's well played. Easy 2 runs.
So as a coach, how do you coach a side?
Typically before the game. Once they're out on the court, it's pretty difficult. You might see a couple of things, but you know, as a Queensland coach working with someone like Lyle Teskey as your captain, we talk a fair bit about what's going on, you know, what plans we want and that sort of thing. And once it comes to game time, I take a back seat and Lyle takes charge. So typically once they're on the court, it's the captain's duty to get the team going. The coach might have a few ideas here and there, but my method's typically to let the captain do his job. It's really the way it should be done.
And fitness-wise, I mean, you'd have to be relatively fit, like most sports, I suppose.
Yeah, look, they do a fair bit of fitness, these guys. It's tended to be left up to themselves to do it. I don't focus a lot on fitness at training, although a lot of our drills incorporate it. I don't specifically run them around and make them do fitness. It's up to them to do that outside, because we've got guys in North Queensland that join our side to go away to nationals, so we don't often have the full squad there. Oh, that's a good wicket, Matty Flores.
Yeah, that's out too.
Just pointed to the corporate box there, so maybe copping a little bit of stick down there and got a wicket, and just pointed to the corporate box to let them know that he's not going away. So.
No. That brings them back to 16 and the total back to 36. So this game can change
so quickly.
Yeah,
a couple of wickets, a pair can be right on top, and we saw it with the Wynnum first pair. They were 19-20 after 2 overs.
Yeah,
really struggled to get to 27. So it looked like they were set for 40. So it really changes quickly. One or 2 wickets, and the momentum changes. And here's another chance. 2 in a row. Nothing fires a team up like a couple of wickets when it's really needed. So,
and I'll tell you what, that's rare too, to get two wickets in a row.
Yeah, well, it's definitely rare tonight.
So it's they're on a hat trick. He's on a hat trick, the bowler, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's the end of his over.
Oh, actually, yeah, it is too, because there was a run out.
Yep.
Both times.
That counts.
So it's a team hat trick.
If he gets a wicket in his first, it's 2 wickets. So if he gets a wicket in his first ball of his next over, it'll count as a hat trick for the bowler. Yeah. We've got Brandon Corster by the last over to this pair. Now this pair's got a job to try and get the skin. So the game changed quickly.
An over ago we were saying, well, yeah, how much are they going to build on it?
Yeah, not to put a curse on the Dragons there, but yeah, a really good over from the debutant. So he'll be stoked with that.
So he's up now.
We've got Brandon Corster by the last over. Oh, and a half chance there. Matty Flores well fielded. So 2 runs to the total, but another half chance. So well bowled and well fielded. can see Course taking the pace off it here. Jeremy should do this quite easily. Drop ball, so well bowled. Being a left-hander, the ball's moving away from him, so he'll be looking to get on the back foot and just easily play the ball down and up for an easy 2. So Brandon really has to be on his line here, otherwise Jeremy will do it quite easily. Just like that. That's a very good shot. And the scores are level for the Skin, so 3 balls to go.
So what do you do? Do the conservative thing and just look for a single and then just bat out the last couple of balls? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I've just seen who's coming in next. So we've got the most experienced pair for the Dragons coming in next in Blake Anderson and Troy Gursky, sorry. So this pair will just be looking for no more outs. Try and secure that Skin. I wouldn't be surprised if they block it out. But it looks like they're going to keep running, so they want to keep building the score.
Yep, 2 balls to go.
They'll rely on that next pair to get them very close to that 78, I'd say. Great shot.
Well, that's the Skin one if they don't do anything silly or they don't receive an incredible ball.
I'd say the captain would probably want them to stay here and secure this Skin.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're going to run, so it'll just be a case of making sure they've got a good, strong call. And don't do anything silly. Yep, 2 runs to finish. Half chance, but well done.
Well, they've actually taken out the Skin, so congratulations. 7 to Thompson, 13 to Crichton, and Brandon Course has conceded 18 runs of his 2 overs, so he wouldn't be happy with that.
No.
And again, 20. So they're right on that par.
That 80 mark was the money, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Now this is the pair for the Dragons. Last game they played against Toombul on the live stream. This was the pair that basically broke the camel's back. They came out and hit 30, did it quite easily. Both very good batsmen, so Wynnum are going to have to probably throw their best 4 bowlers here just to try and keep this pair below that 20 mark to make sure that last pair's got 20 to chase.
Yep.
So they'll want to try and do that, but this pair will be looking to get as much ahead of 20 as they can to ensure that the last pair's got as little to chase as possible.
So we've got Troy Gursky and who else is batting?
Troy Gursky and Blake Anderson.
It is Blake Anderson, yep, okay. And from the bowler's point of view?
We've got Harry Day, so the debutant coming back on, so he effectively be on a hat-trick. It won't count on the scoreboard, but we'll know that it's one if he gets a wicket. But
yeah.
That's a good start. Just a single there. Troy Gursky, very good bat, so 1 run, and you'll be happy with that.
So obviously Troy retired early, did he? Very young.
No, he's done a lot of work the last couple of years. Troy's getting close to the 40 mark. I believe he's over 35. So he's certainly not one of the youngest guys going around. Leg side there, so free 2 runs. So Toowoomba will be happy with that. But yeah, it looks he's done a lot of work on his fitness the last couple of years, and with the NICL coming in, was really excited to get back into it and believe he's really enjoying his cricket, and we could see a possible return for him next year in the Queensland colours, but there's a long way to go between now and then. Good shot from Blake Anderson, easy 2 runs.
And the crowd goes wild, don't they?
They know that this is the pair. If this pair gets anything more than 20, it's really game on there, and it's going to be very difficult for Wynnum to hold them back. Well bowled.
No, these 2 bat a lot together, do they? Yeah.
They do, yeah. They've batted a lot together this season, and they're both very good bats in their own right. So putting them together is a real ace up the sleeve for Toowoomba. So they're really wanting this pair to go out and hit more than that 20, possibly hit 30, and try and put Toowoomba in a position to chase a really small total for the last Skin. So
At least an achievable total for the last Skins.
Absolutely, yeah. And their job will be simply to put the last pair in the best possible position to take that victory. So 3rd ball opportunity, so well bowled again by Harry. Good shot. Fantastic shot under pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the end of the over, and Gursky's on 3, Anderson 4, 1 for 2. That's not bad from Hall. Just Action Indoor Sports, I'd like to thank their sponsors too, K&R Plumbing Supplies, Special Events Hire, and also Hamill's Plumbing and Gas. And we're live on Power TV Australia. live from the Action Indoor Sports Arena for the National Indoor Cricket League between the KNR Toowoomba Dragons and the Wynnum Seagulls. 47 runs the Dragons are, chasing 79 for victory, and we're into the third skin.
Yeah, Jamie McLean now to bowl. Oh, through there. Nearly got a little inside edge and played it down, nearly hit the stumps, so dot ball. So good start.
Oh, that was close.
Great fielding, not out. Really good fielding there, good shot, good fielding, really good cricket all round.
Yeah, it was very close.
That's a real good demonstration there of the excitement of indoor cricket. You know, really good shot, and it's still a half chance. The fielding's sensational. Jump throw in the air, turn over the bails, great hands by the receiver.
It's amazing how a game's on and done in an hour and a half at the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Very short and sharp game. I noticed Matty Flores hasn't bowled yet, and that's actually interesting. I heard a whisper that he may have picked up a niggle with the bat. We did see him stretching his knee out when he was batting. So
he still has to bowl though, doesn't he?
He does. So
it just could restrict his pace.
The only thing I can think of is that he may not be bowling. He may be on the field, and Wynnum may be able to ask Toowoomba to pick two bowlers. So that is allowed if he can't bowl, if he's injured. So I can't remember whether he has to go off the court or not, but I believe he can not bowl and they can pick two bowlers. So half chance there, missed opportunity.
So the Toowoomba Dragons have moved on to 53 now. Very solid start for this pair. They've put 13 runs on already.
Yeah, they're doing their job. Very desperate there.
Lost his pants.
New courts certainly gripping onto his clothes and ripping them down. So
that's the end of the over. 6 to Gursky, 9 to Anderson. 55 is the score at the moment for the KNR Dragons. 15 for this pair. Chasing down 79 for victory. And I tell you what, they're really putting the Dragons in a comfortable position. But we've said it before, and it only takes a couple of wickets, and who knows?
Exactly, yeah. Wynnum will be desperate for a wicket to just stem the flow a little bit here, and Toowoomba will be desperate to just keep this rolling, you know. In the last game they played against Toombul, the scores were 52 to 55 or something like that. Toowoomba kept Toombul to 52, and Toowoomba chased 55, and this pair hit 30 of them. And the last pair only needed a handful of runs and basically got him in the last over off about the second last ball to win for the Dragons. So they certainly know how to chase the score. Chance here. Oh, and if that hit, I think that might have been out, but no harm done. So 1 run to the score. Chris Vogt, the captain, bowling now. Oh, another half chance. They're just missing these half chances. So,
and that's where it comes down to Lyle being such a great keeper behind the stumps there. And I mean, I just saw their keeper missed grabbing the ball when the opportunity was there.
Yeah, Lyle doesn't miss too many of those, that's for sure. And Blake diving again, desperate to get into his ground. It shows you how much it means to these guys to try and put their team in a winning position. And I'll do whatever it takes.
Yep, 20 runs the difference at the moment.
Another single, so Vogt bowling quite well. They're only getting singles of his bowling, but Toowoomba is still turning that strike over and doing a great job.
Two balls left in the 11th over. And a great shot.
Well played, 2 runs. This has been a really good chase by Toowoomba so far, very measured.
Yeah.
Even though they've had a couple of hiccups, they're just getting on with the job, and the home crowd really getting behind them now. It's getting exciting. One run.
I thought he hit that straight into the ground.
Yeah, he hit it into the ground onto his leg again, and Wynnum just testing the umpire there to see whether they can get him to to possibly make a false decision. But Wayne Thomas, the umpire, right onto that and giving that not out as rightly so.
So at the end of the 12th over, the K&R Dragons are 62, chasing down 79 for victory, and this pair have put on 22. Rob Fitzgerald is the new bowler.
Yep, so probably the best bowler in the side for Wynnum, so they're really going to their strike power to try and hold this pair here. They really wanted this last pair chasing 20 or as close to it as possible, so...
Gee, he had all the time in the world then, didn't he?
Yeah, just waited for the ball to come to him. He knew he's faced Rob a lot as well, Troy, so he knows Rob quite well and saw the off-cutter, picked it early and just rolled the ball into the corner for an easy run. Well fielded. All bowled, well fielded.
So it's quite possible to win the majority of skins and still lose the match.
Yeah, you do see that. You do see sometimes you lose the match, but you pick up 3 skins. Half chance, and they haven't taken that. So it's 2 good balls from Rob, 2 dot balls. So probably one of the first third balls we've seen from Toowoomba.
Yeah.
It just shows how well they've been batting.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said it right. It's measured the way they've done it.
Yeah.
And mind you, it's not over yet.
No, long way to go. All bowled from Fitzgerald. Gave him no room. 1 run.
Good awareness though that they got through pretty easily for the single.
Yep, they knew that they had to go. And Troy Gursky just signalling to Blake Anderson there, I want to run. I don't want to just get the skin, they want to build.
Yep.
So Troy will be looking to hit 2 here, just trying to keep the score ticking along. Good shot. And that's why.
Final ball of the 12th over, final ball of this skin. And, well, they'll win the skin, even if they lose
That's
the
right,
wicket. They'll win
so
the
skin
skin.
secure.
Yep. And a great way to finish.
Yep.
That was a terrific 4 overs, 27 for that pair. Winning the skin. 12 to Gursky, 15 to Anderson. And, what is it, 12 runs to win?
Yeah, 12 runs to win, so they put him in a really good position. So Wynnum will be looking to get a wicket early and to try and, make this pair fight. Typically when we see this situation, you've got 12 runs, it's not a lot of runs to chase.
That sweet sugar smell takes you back to your childhood. Come and see our huge range of classic lollies, as well as some new favourites. And go back to your childhood as well. Located next to Heritage Bank.
I don't know whether he has to go off, but it looks like we've got, who have we got? We've got Shane Kelly and Adam McDermott are the 2 bowlers that haven't bowled their second over, and then Matty Flores hasn't bowled 2. So if he's not going to bowl, they'll be putting it back to Toowoomba to pick 2 bowlers. I believe they can pick the 2 bowlers at the end of the 14th over. So the 13th and 14th over have to be bowled with the guys that are bowling, and then at the end of that 14th over, he can talk to Lyle Teskey, the captain of the Dragons, and Lyle can pick the 2 bowlers from the 7 that can bowl, and he can pick who he wants to bowl. So that's a little bit of advantage to Toowoomba there, because Matty Flores, being the Australian vice-captain and the ACT captain, is a very good bowler. So Toowoomba have got a little bit lucky here with him getting a reprieve and not bowling. It gives Lyle an opportunity now to pick 2 bowlers. So this is really working in the Dragons' favour.
And so even on one leg, wouldn't he be worth bowling?
I know that he's got a national tournament in 2 weeks' time, and he's a real key for the ACT Rockets. He's their captain, and he does look to be quite limber, so he won't want to do any more damage. I'd say he's obviously at a point where he can field and be on the court, but bowling might be a bit of a struggle for him, so he won't want to re-injure it or injure it further before such an important tournament in 2 weeks' time.
Right.
So he's doing what he can for his club, but him not bowling is a bit of a blow because he is a strike bowler. Shane Kelly to open the bowling for the last skin. A big wide, massive wide, so 2 free runs. Not what the doctor ordered for the Seagulls.
No, they seem a bit rattled.
Yeah, well, that third pair for Toowoomba, very solid and very measured, and Wynnum now know that there's a lot of pressure. And 2 runs there. And you can see the Dragons over there clapping loudly for every single run. They know how important it is to get close to that score. They also know how quickly the game can change. So
Yes.
they'll be right behind this pair, getting behind every single run.
So it's down to single figures now, the target.
Well bowled, but a really good call. That's that slow one out the back of the hand again.
Yeah.
And an excellent call from the batsman. Brent Story on strike.
Score remains at 71, chasing down 79 for victory. Oh,
That's a wide. It's stuck in the fingers.
well, the crowd's gone just going Burko here.
Don't see that at this level too often. So
No. That's about the level I used to play sometimes.
the crowd getting right behind the Dragons now. And another leg side.
Goodness me, they win it just on leg sides and no balls, I think.
Not what Wynnum are looking for. The leg spin bowler next, and then whoever Toowoomba want for the last two. So
Yeah.
Wynnum really falling off the rails here.
75 is the score at the moment, chasing 79. Another couple of runs. Oh, that was well thrown.
Yeah, not a good over, not a good start.
No. 10 runs off that over. 6 to Story, 4 to Clues. And a very, very settled start to that final skin.
Look, the batsman couldn't ask for anything more. 3 or 4 wides, which is just free runs, you know. So for the batsman, that's just a gift, you know. You're a little bit nervous, you're chasing a small score and you get 3 or 4 freebies.
Yep.
They'll be stoked with that, and that's why the crowd's fired up, because they know how important that is.
Yep. So at the moment there's one run to difference, but we do have 3 overs to go, so
Yeah.
anything, as you said, can happen in that time.
Yeah, Toowoomba will want to get more than 5 runs ahead of the total, and then that gives them a little bit of breathing room if there is a wicket. That's a good shot from Brent Story. Are looking very calm and collected, aren't they, the Toowoomba batsmen?
So on the scoreboard, they actually have achieved the target. It's amazing, isn't it, how this game can change.
Absolutely. Full toss. Easy runs.
Seems to be no pressure at all on the batsman.
The whole issue with Matty Flores not bowling's really thrown the whole balance out. The captain would have had to bowl bowlers when he didn't really want to, so it's certainly worked in the Dragons' favour, and they're taking full advantage right now.
So would he have, if he was fit, would he have already bowled by now, or would they have held him back for the last pair?
He would have bowled in the first couple of pairs. He swings the ball a long way both ways. So,
Okay.
and quite a quick bowler as well, so he would have bowled early, and I wouldn't be surprised if he would have been held for this pair as well, just to have another experienced bowler at the end. So certainly a big blow for the Seagulls, him not bowling tonight.
Well, they're 4 points ahead now, so they're edging closer to that 5-point break.
Yep, the buffer that they'll be looking for. Oh, half chance there.
Well, they're certainly still in it, the Seagulls, so
Yeah, 1 wicket
Yeah.
makes a massive difference. It can turn into 2 very quickly, as we saw before. So I'll just be looking for that first mistake from the Dragons batsman. Two dot balls, so 3rd ball straight up. But I believe Toowoomba can pick the bowler, so Lyle would have been thinking about it. I don't know whether he's picked it yet, so they'll be letting the umpire know now.
the story's on 9.
Harry Day, the debutant, bowling the first one, so he's
Okay.
one that they've picked.
Clues on
I wouldn't be
6.
surprised if Shane Kelly, the keeper, is the other one, but we'll see. I'm not sure who they've picked, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Shane.
So we've got 2 overs to go. We've got 2 substitute bowlers as such, even though they've already bowled.
Yep,
but they
that's right.
get to bowl 3 overs
That's right.
each.
So
In this
4 balls
particular
straight
match.
away, so the score must change here. So there's an
Yep.
opportunity here for Wynnum. There it is. The front court field not moving, so easy single.
And that is the 5-run buffer. So
And there is a time limit here too, so Wynnum can lose 5 runs for time here. And I noticed that they're rushing through this over. So the umpire may have let the captain Chris Fade know that the time's getting very close. Every part, I believe, of a minute past the time is worth 5 runs to the
Oh,
Dragons.
really?
So there's a half chance there, and they've missed that as well. So Dragons doing well. And they're ahead of the skin now as well, so there's another point. So this is turning into quite a great effort here from the Dragons.
It's been a very, very good chase.
It's been an excellent chase. It's not easy. Oh, the Wynnum fielders now confused on who's going to get the ball. That's an opportunity there for a wicket, and it's just, they're really rattled. They look rattled.
So is there a run rate in this as well? Like if you win by a certain amount of runs, does that come into it?
No, they'll. I mean, there's a percentage and all that sort of stuff on the table. So I guess the more runs Toowoomba win by adds to their percentage if it comes down to teams being locked on points at the end of the year. There's another false effort. So the heads are down for the Seagulls here. Another third ball opportunity. They've got 1 minute, so they've got plenty of time. They only have to start this last over, and once they start the over, the time stops. So they've got a minute to do that. So they should fall within the time frame and not lose runs there.
Story 11 clears 7.
And they have picked Shane Kelly to bowl the last over. So this is the over. He bowled the first over and didn't bowl particularly well. So bowled a lot of wides. So we're looking to rectify that. Oh, that hit might have been close. So they're now nearly 10 runs ahead, so a really good buffer now.
87 is the score now, and as you said, they've got this, they're ahead in the skin as well. It's going to be comprehensive, wouldn't it, if it is that way?
Another wide.
Yep.
They do have the opportunity to re-bowl it, but I believe the batsman's decided against that.
Yeah, well, fair enough, you would, wouldn't you?
No point dragging it out.
No.
Get through the over and take the victory.
Yeah, well, you don't want to face another ball. That could be the one that dismisses you. So.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's...
And there we go.
They've moved on to 90 now.
So really...
that's a 12-run buffer.
So basically to win now, Wynnum needs 3 wickets off 3 balls.
Yep. Nice hat-trick. And I'd say that's it.
And that'll just about do it.
Yep.
What a fantastic run chase from the Dragons. A lot of pressure. Really good score put up by Wynnum. A par score, but still a difficult score to chase. And Toowoomba's batting effort has just been fantastic.
Well, ever since that first skin, when they were doing very, very well, the rest of it's climbed, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
For Wynnum. We're just going to bat it out.
Last ball to go. And Brady Clues to face the last ball of the game, and the Dragons will be absolutely ecstatic with this.
Absolutely. And he gets some runs to finish off.
A great win. Very difficult team to beat up here on the range, Toowoomba Dragons, and they showed that tonight. What a fantastic run chase.
Certainly is. Thank you for your insight tonight too, Brenton. Now, from here, I mean, what do Wynnum do now when they get back home? What if you were their coach? What would you be doing, saying, and doing?
Well, I am their coach, so
okay.
I guess it's one of those things. It's the last game of the season. They put themselves in a position to get that top 2 double chance at finals time. So it wasn't a dead rubber this game by any means, but they'd done a lot of the hard work during the season to put themselves in that position. So from here, they'll obviously look at where they went wrong, and they'll look to try and rectify that at finals time.
I guess for the Dragons, they just go to the bar and celebrate at this point.
Yeah, look, a massive game for them to finish the season against Ipswich here. Always a massive game, so they're really putting themselves in a position now to get to be the other team in that top 2 and give themselves a double chance at that finals time as well. So that's really what all the teams are playing for right now that are in finals contention, is to try and A, make the finals, but 2, get that top 2 finish. And wow, the Dragons keep playing the way that they are. They're going to be a very difficult team to face at finals time.
Your man of the match? It's a very hard decision, isn't it?
It is. Look, it was pretty even. You know, there wasn't anyone that really stood out. I think as far as an individual contributor, I just think it was a fantastic team effort from the Dragons. They're experienced players, Troy Gursky, Blake Anderson. I mean, Blake Anderson's catch down the back there was a little bit of a game changer. batted sensationally well with Troy Gursky in that third skin to set the game up for that last pair to come out and win. So probably Blake.
Lucky Dip Toowoomba. As soon as you walk through the door, that sweet sugar smell takes you back to your childhood. Come and see our huge range of classic lollies, as well as some new favourites, and go back to your childhood as well. Located next to Heritage Bank.
Hi, I'm Neil from CGD Group, and we do printing with imagination. Our products and imaging have that wow factor. Whether it be business cards, flyers, the Coffee Gazette, or our brand new A5 video folders and animation. Have your business branding remembered. Call us today on 4639 5553. CGD Group, printing with imagination.